Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to talk with you about some product fails that I tried. It's a lot of stuff that I've tried over time. Like, there's nothing really new here. I have just not ever filmed a video like this. I've talked about fails in my favorites and fails, but I've decided to change how I do that. Monthly favorites videos will go up, and then periodically I'll compile all of the fails that I've tried and create a separate video for those, because I don't know about you, but there is something about hearing what doesn't work for people that is really interesting to me. So I personally really like them, but I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. That's totally fine. All right, let's just jump in to talking about what has not worked for me. We'll start with this. This is actually it's a fairly new release. This is the Smashbox Always On Cream to Matte Lipstick. I had such high hopes for this. The description made it sound like it was everything that I've ever wanted in a lipstick. I can't get it open. So this is the bullet. It's definitely kind of a weird shape. It's like a teardrop shape. I guess, do I have to do that so you can see? I don't know, maybe. But what this was supposed to do, my understanding was it was supposed to be like a creamy matte, but it's not. It just ends up being as matte as a liquid lipstick, and it's as dry and transfer proof as a liquid lipstick is. So I bought this hoping it would be different than a liquid lipstick. When I wear this, it does not age well. After a couple of hours, I end up with that ring on the inner rim of my lip, where it's like a collection of skin and product, and it's really, really disgusting. Definitely experienced that with this. So I don't like this at all. I thought about taking it back to Ulta, but I was like, well, maybe I can make it work if I put a gloss on top. And it works. It would work if I put a gloss on top. And it is a really, it's a pretty shade. It's a great shade. Kind of matches what I'm wearing now. So I think with a gloss on top, it's fine. But it just didn't live up to the hype that the description gave it, if that makes sense. Okay, next. And this is also one of the products that I tried more recently. This is the Zoeva Authentic Skin Perfector. This concealer is not for me. This made my under eyes look incredibly old. Incredibly old. It gave me wrinkles. It created fine lines where there were no fine lines before. So I think what it ended up doing is it was creasing. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe I do have fine lines there and I just don't know it. I don't think so though. It was very, very dry. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to like it. I have not tried anything from Zoeva yet that has blown my socks off. Knocked my socks off. That's the actual term. So I was really hoping that I would like it, but I don't. I don't. In fact, it's in the box and it is going back because it's a relatively new purchase. And once Ulta opens, I'm marching my happy butt down there and I'm returning it. Okay, another concealer, and I know that I mentioned this in a follow-up first impressions video, but in case you didn't see that, the Colourpop No Filter Concealer does not work for me for the same reason as the Zoeva concealer. Very, very dry. I don't understand. It definitely settles into any fine lines that I have, and it also creases. And it just, which all concealers crease, but even when I set this, it creases. And I've used a fair amount of it. I did not realize I gave this such a serious shot. That is very surprising. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I should probably just use it and deal with it and have crappy makeup every once in a while because I have it and I don't want to throw it away and I can't take it back. So I don't know. Or maybe I'll use it for cut creases because I do those super often. I don't. Anyways, it's $5. I think it's a $5 item. It might be a little bit more than that. Colourpop's prices keep creeping up, but I don't think it's worth even that low price tag for me. And I have heard that this is amazing for oily skinned people. I am not oily, so I don't like it. Okay, not to dog on Colourpop, but I do have another Colourpop item. This is one of their blush sticks. I don't like these. It does weird things to my foundation when I put it on top of foundation. It moves it around a little bit, and then, but it also just, it doesn't want to blend out. I think that's probably why it moves my foundation around so much, because I'm sitting there trying to blend it out and it doesn't want to budge. So it's just, I found this to be more difficult to work with. I tried using it. Like I've tried using it a few different ways. I've tried dotting it on and blending it out with a beauty blender. I've tried, or a Real Technique sponge. It's the poor man's beauty blender. Sorry, I didn't move my table. I was getting like a lot of reflection. You know, the light was hitting the table and it was washing me out. Anyway, so I tried blending it out with a sponge. I have tried tapping it on with my fingers. The one thing that I have not tried is to use it with a brush. That might be one way that could work. So maybe I'll try that before I throw it away. I'm not going to donate it. You can't sanitize this. I guess I could see if a friend wants it. I don't know. It did not wow me at all. Okay, let's talk about some eyeliners. I brought my eyeliners up here. I feel like I've got quite a few here that could potentially, oh, that one's pretty, be fails. Okay, Colourpop. Ooh, more Colourpop. They're cream gel liners. I don't know. I feel like they might have reformulated since I purchased these. But I'm just going to, I don't know if you guys can see how dry that is. Do you see that? It's not pigmented. It's dry. It's tuggy. It doesn't last. It takes a lot of work to get it to show up. And I don't want to sit there and color on the inner rims of my eyes. So I don't like these at all. I know that I bought 3 of them. I had a green, this like deep plum, and a black. And I hate them. I hate them so much. We are not friends. They're bad. They're real bad. Another eyeliner that I was disappointed by. This is one of the NYX Vivid Brights. I did get this a while ago, so they may have reformulated. But, I got it for the 4th of July. I wanted to do like a fun blue wing. It's a great cobalt blue shade, really pretty. But it didn't want to, I had to keep going over the same area over and over again. And it was doing this weird, like, you know, when you put a product on and once it dries, it kind of moves. Is that making any, like, it's liquid and comfortable. And then when it dries, it shrinks. So it just felt really crusty. Definitely the crustiest liquid liner I've ever tried in my life. I don't recommend it. I will not repurchase those ever again. Like I said, it was a total bummer. I was hoping that it would work better. But yeah, and then by the end of the night, it was flaking off of my eyes. Not good. I do have another face product. This is the Pure Bronze and Brighten. This is old. I don't even know that it's available anymore. I got it in a BoxyCharm, so it probably wasn't a great seller anyways. These are the shiniest face colors products I've ever seen, other than highlight, which essentially is what you're getting here as a blush and a bronzer also. They're just so sheeny. It's insane. Like those are highlights, you guys. Which, and actually it looks like it's dried out a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of old. I should probably just get rid of it. This for some reason survived my last declutter, my only declutter. I need to declutter again. I don't really know why. I had every intention of using them as eyeshadows. I do not need to use these as eyeshadows. I have eyeshadows. I don't need this. So, spoiler alert, I plan to do a declutter within the next few months. This is probably going to go by. So, okay, next. I've got a stack of eyeshadow palettes in here, and I want to figure out how cutthroat I want to be, or not how cutthroat, how mean I want to be, because some of them aren't terrible. Okay, Milani. This is, I don't know what you are. Gilded Violets. It's their hyperpigmented face and eye palette. I can't remember. These have a name. There's this one, a green one, and another one. Anyway, I did use this in a video. I did come up with a really pretty look. And I do appreciate it for that look. But here's the thing. Milani eyeshadows don't last well at all. They tend to fade really quickly for me. And like this shade here is incredibly dry. And when you dip into it, I mean, I hold my palettes like this, right? I don't know about you guys. So when I dip into it, it fluffs down into these other shades. There's some really pretty shades here, but there's also some really weird ones. And I just like, here's that white one swatched, and it does that weird like flaky thing, which I'm thinking it's probably supposed to be an eyeshadow topper, but there's just no real payoff. This blue is a great liner shade. I think the look that I came up with, I used this shade on my lid, and it was really pretty. It was really pretty, but I don't know. There's something about these shadows that they just don't stay on my lid once they're on it. And I thought maybe it's just me. And then I heard some other people talking about them, and no, it's the formula. So I'm probably not going to get rid of this one anytime soon, because I do love this shade here very much, but it's about the only shade that I really, really like. You know, and the highlighter is way too dark to be a highlighter for me. Actually, that could work. Okay, now I'm wanting to like kind of play with this palette a little bit more, but I filmed that video. Oh my gosh, it was last summer, you know, and I don't think I've touched it since then. Maybe I've done like a couple looks, but I think I'm being pretty generous. So that one I'm not crazy about. Okay, now this one is for sure a fail. And I knew better. I knew it was going to be a fail. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. It's one of their vaults. It's the Dark Magic palette. I got this because I was like, I like grungy. No, I don't. I don't know why I thought I did. There's some really pretty shades, like this green that has hard pan on it that I can't pick up very well is really pretty. But the mattes are very dry. Very dry. So really, truly, the shades that I like out of here is Trickery, the green, and then Power Cut, which is this like taupey shimmer, which looks silver on camera, but it's really a taupe, sort of. I don't know. What is that? I don't actually really like it. I take it back. I thought I did. Oh, maybe it was Diversion that I liked. It was this other one. That one I think is pretty. But only with certain looks. So this is an okay transition shade. Well, actually those two together are fine. But the rest of these are just so dark and intense, and it was very hard for me to use this palette. Like, I don't get it. Okay, so I'm trying to swatch the shade here. It's a green. You can't really tell, but it is a green. It's a matte green. So I'm trying to swatch it. I went over that 3 times to get that level of pigmentation. That's a swatch. What? Look at my finger. Like, look at all the pigmentation on there. It's not coming off. They feel really, really nice, but they just don't perform very well. I do think that this line of mattes is probably really great for liners, but the palette itself is just not good. So, yeah. Okay, and then I have more. Wait, there's more. This next one is the NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. So I got this thinking that it would be a dupe maybe for the Hourglass like ambient lighting powders that give you like a filtered finish. No, I have not tried those. So maybe they're terrible too. I don't know. I don't think so though, because they have rave reviews. This is really bad. Basically what happened is I went to set my foundation with this, and it just stuck right where I laid it down. It was awful, awful. Definitely don't recommend it. I think it would be better suited as like a highlighter, honestly, because there it is in a swatch. That's pretty glowy. It would not blend. I used it with my powder brush, like I said, and it didn't budge from the place that I laid it down initially. Usually you touch the brush to your face and you can blend out what you're putting on. Not with this. It's just there. So, okay. That is everything that I'm going to talk about today. I do have more products in front of me, but I will save those for my next video because this is getting to be very long. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that if you enjoyed the video, you will consider subscribing before you go. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.